All right, it's the Brent and Carla show, or Carla and Brent show. Whoop, whoop. Very cool. And we've got Beth and Kelly and Ryan are on listening in, and we appreciate you guys jumping in and listening to us. So Carla is going to recap last week's conversation, and we're going to keep these going on a weekly basis. We've committed to this, at least during this next 90-day challenge, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Carla's like, what? We committed to that? Yeah, sure we did. So we're going to keep rocking and rolling on this. And you know what? This doesn't count for our time. Carla.
What?
We got some really sweet gifts last night, and we opened them. Thank you for those. And we're gonna do a great shout out. Thank you to you guys and the special little note that you wrote on the back.
I just don't want the people in Wisconsin and Arizona and Colorado to be jealous that you're gonna be thinking of us every morning. But I mean, if they would, yes.
No, that's okay. We think of a lot of people every morning.
I know, but you're gonna think of Michigan more now.
Well, it is a pretty cool picture.
Hint, hint.
It is. Especially if your daughters move here, we'll be thinking of them a lot.
Oh God.
So let's get this party started. Okay. So go ahead and do the recap, Carla, and we'll get back to rolling.
All right. Well, the first week we talked about affirmations, and I already had affirmations, but to be honest with you, I got bored of them, so I rewrote some. And this is it, you guys. This is 2 pages. I know it's long, but it takes me about 5 minutes to read this. And I got it from my very first Super Saturday, Margot, what's her name? Drake. Oh, yeah. I got it from part of hers because Stacy Parsons sent it to me at Celebration, and I thought I took that as a sign, and so I used that I Carlaized it, and it's 2 pages long. But I stand in my living room and look at my backyard, and I read it out loud every day, and that would be, you got to do that. And Ryan, Kelly, Beth, if you have not done that yet, anybody else listening, please type out or write out your affirmations and read them. And yes, I feel a little ignorant, especially when my husband walks by and says, what the H are you doing? But you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going.
Will you read it at the end of the call?
Oh, I'll read part of it.
No, we read the whole thing?
It's long.
I don't care. Will you read the whole thing at the end of the call?
Yes.
Okay. So prepare yourself mentally for that, because I want to
stand up.
All right, we'll have you stand up. Absolutely. You know, I thought about doing Tuesday night calls, starting to stand up, because I feel like I need more energy.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm thinking I might start doing the Tuesday night call standing. So that's awesome. Yeah, standing up definitely is key. Okay.
And then the next recap, the next week we talked about creating your network and building and being a part of one or starting one. And if you have not found one yet, we got to do it. So has anybody developed their own network yet? Like actually done something? Okay, fine. Totally fine. It's fine. Because here's a very, very easy one, is a book club. Just a book. It doesn't even you don't even have to call it a club. You just have to grab a book and say, I'm going to read this. Does anybody want to go get it and read it with me? This is your network. A really good one is, it's kind of godly, so you got to be godly. It's called Made to Crave, and it's about nutrition. It's about food, and it's the Bible's take on food and health and wellness. It's really cool. But we put it on Facebook or something, and people are like, I want to read that book. I want to read that book. I want to read that book. And I was like, I don't have time to put this group together. But now that I still want to put that group together. I know I wrote them down. I just haven't like connected with them. But that's so easy. Take a picture of the book and say, I'm loving this book. Does anyone want to read it with me? And then see who comments. And then you just message them, and then you just say, okay, go get the book. I'm going to stop. I'm going to wait until you go get the book. So tell me when you got the book. And then, by the way, if you want to invite anybody else, go ahead. You don't have to create a Facebook group or anything. You just do a little messenger or a group text even. And those are your people. But here's the kicker. You got to get together. When you're all done, you're going to get together and you're going to have a I read the book celebration. And you could go have some drinks or some coffee and talk about the book face to face. And then you say, so Amber, tell me what's going on in your life. Okay, thanks, Amber. Echo, tell me what's going on in your life. And then you just go around the room because you're the leader. And then guess what you get to do? You get to tell them what's going on in your life. And that's what you do. And as you're doing that, you write it down. I have a group of girls that does this already. We're just girlfriends that get together. We write down each other's goals. And then next time we get together for lunch, we're like, so are you a millionaire yet? So do you have a condo in Florida yet? I know what all my girlfriends want. And so it's so easy to do this one.
Cool.
Okay.
I wonder, would you consider doing a virtual book club?
Yeah, but I think you need that. You're going to need that personal touch.
Right here. A weekly Zoom virtual book club.
I mean, why not? Yeah, whatever works for you. I personally get my energy from touching you. But that's me. But maybe Beth doesn't need to touch people. Well, Beth's a bad example. Maybe Ryan doesn't need to touch people.
Right. Or maybe he can't just because of his traveling because he's driving, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I like that.
All right.
And
so you guys got to do that. We need affirmations and we need to create your networks. We got to do it. Don't wait anymore. Like, do it by Friday, y'all.
Yeah. No, that's an important topic, which isn't our topic today, but that's an important topic, and that is take action. Right. Actually, I guess it is kind of, right? Decide and take action. Right. All right. So cover today's topic.
Well, so let's first talk about the point of no return, because before you decide to move, you got to have that point of no return moment. I know when it was for me. Do you know when it was for you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but okay. Well, let me touch on this, and then I'll lead it and let you ask. I'll ask you that question.
Okay.
From the point of no return to me, and Carla, you got to give your feedback on this too, and I'll take like a minute here to say mine. The point of no return, in my opinion, is that moment when you decide that network marketing as a business is what you're going to do. Okay. And in Eric Worre in GoPro, he has a line in there that he says, and he goes, "You are going to suffer the social loss of some friends," and he used a word that I don't necessarily know if I believe or not. I don't know if I agree with, but he basically says you're going to suffer the social loss of ignorant people. Okay, and when he says that, what he's saying, and ignorant doesn't have to be mean, right? Ignorant sometimes just means they're just ignorant about what it is, right? I was ignorant of network marketing when I started. I had no idea, right? But so that point of no return has to be that moment when you're willing to stand in the sun and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and I'm not going to have a plan B, right? I'm not going to have a plan B. I'm going to call this my plan A, and this is what I'm going to do, right? So one of the things that I really want people to think about is, are you willing to and not everybody's going to be willing, not everybody's going to be at this point in their life, but at the point that you're willing to say, this is my plan A, and I don't really have a plan B, that is going to be a big point of the point of no return. So, Carla, and I kind of know yours, but I'd like to hear your point of no return.
I knew when I came out of the womb that I was going to be in network marketing. However, I wasn't in the right business for a long time. I wasn't in the right industry, I guess. And so my point of no return was January of 2018 when I was given a choice. The candle company called and said, you need to make a choice. And so somebody else pushed that on me. And as soon as I made that choice, I knew, like as soon as, well, it was a little bit of turmoil for a couple of weeks, but as soon as I decided, and I used Jason, and I thought about the support I had from Isogenics and the lack of support I had in the other company, as soon as I made that decision, it was full on from there. So it was January of 2018 that there was no looking back. Part of the not wanting to look back was I didn't want to be embarrassed that this didn't work out, because so many people in that other business said that's not the right way to get healthy. You're not going to make it. You don't know anything about that. Why would you go from this to this? You know, so many people were like, that I had to make it work. I had to. And so I will honestly say that some outside forces pushed me to the point of return, but that's okay because that's what I needed. At that time, I wasn't strong enough on my own to make that full on decision.
No, I love that. And
Yeah.
I'm big on the. I took a note here on what you said. I'm really big about the feeling like I failed or something along those lines. But if people don't know that this is what you're doing, then there's no real feeling of failure, right? Because if people don't know you're trying to accomplish something and you don't accomplish it, nobody knows, right?
Right.
One of the big things when Tracy and I really decided that this is actually, I would say when I decided that I was really going to do this, is I decided 100%. So like I say, I'm always branded, right? Like right now, I just got back from a BNI meeting, but I gone to the gym. I know, right? I got my hat on, right? So I've got sunglasses that I got from Top Achiever. So I'm always fully branded. And part of that is my commitment to what I do, because I know that if I go outside with this shirt on, I have to have a certain attitude about it, right? I know that I have to represent myself in the appropriate manner, right, at those times. And part of that, and the other one is, and I'm going to call out Beth because I know Beth did it, and I know several other people did it. They made posts, Facebook posts, saying, I'm going to do this, right? And when you make those, they talk about written goals, which I totally agree on written goals. Written goals are great, but written public goals are even better, right? Because then you kind of throw it out there. And because the way our brain works, or at least mine, is that if I put it on Facebook, then everybody knows, right? Maybe they do, maybe they don't, who knows? Maybe they never read it, right? But my belief is that when I put it out there, that now everybody knows. And when everybody knows, then I have to continue to work towards that because I don't want to fail. And that's scary as hell, right? Like you get really scared. Like all of a sudden I say, I'm going to do this, like when and it was a small one, but it was significant for me when I said, hey, look, I'm going to do this Macros Matter 30-day challenge, and I'm not going to drink for 30 days. I'm going to do this. That was a big deal to me. And so I had to maintain that, and I did. I wouldn't have done it. If I wouldn't have put it on Facebook that I was not doing it, I probably would have cheated along with it. So, yeah.
Well, if you're going to jump, I mean, there's nothing wrong with if you're going to jump to let somebody push you or to let some kind of force push you. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes people don't want to put it out there because they are afraid that they are going to fail or it's not going to happen the way quick as all their friends or whatever think that it should, and so they don't put it out there. But I just want to caution against that because you're basically already telling yourself, your subconscious, that you're going to fail.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to fail. The podcast this morning I listened to about momentum was perfect because it was talking about don't live in the moment. Don't live in the moment. Be present with whatever you're doing, but you've got to think about the consequences of if I don't jump. If I don't make that decision, if I don't not want to turn back, you got to think about that. You always got to be thinking about the future and the forward and about what you're going to be doing. And if you're hanging out with people who are just talking about the weather, they're living for today. And you got to talk about people that are talking about what's going to happen in the future. And so those are your people that are going to push you. And those are the people that you can tell that you're at the point of no return. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm going to do it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was that said it at Celebration, but one of the speakers at Celebration said something that really kind of stuck with me, and that is, if you don't make a decision today, what is 5 years from now going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you're not thinking, and again, it doesn't matter 5 years, 10 years, lifetime, right? It doesn't make any difference. Like some people say, oh, don't set too far goals out, don't set them this way, whatever, because you give yourself more time to change. But one thing I would tell you, and something to contemplate, is if I don't change what I'm doing today, right now, how is that going to impact me 5 years from now? And there's a great book that says everything. I think it's everything counts. Every little thing counts, something like that. And it's about the concept that everything we do, every small thing we do it counts, right? If you sit there and you go, I'm just going to eat this versus that matters, right? If I decide I'm going to have a packet of tuna, or if I decide I'm going to have a Pop-Tart, it's a decision, right? And each of those decisions matter because one of them is moving me toward my goal and one of them's not. I won't say that it's moving me away from, but let's just say it doesn't move me towards my goal. And so when you really start thinking about your goals, you really kind of screw with your brain, quite honestly. But when you really start thinking about it that way, then it's like, oh, is sitting down watching this Netflix moving me towards my goal, or is it not? Right? It may not be moving me away from the goal, but is it moving me towards my goal? Right? Mm-hmm. And so everything you do matters, right? If you get up and you don't go work out, does that matter? It might matter. Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I would ask everybody listening to think about who your people are that you can tell what your plan is. Like you can say it. You don't necessarily have to throw it out there on Facebook. I mean, unless you want to, but you can tell us. You can tell, the people in Team Shady. You can post it like Beth and Doug did. Doug did a great video today about his first run back, or one of his first runs back. And I mean, sorry, Doug, but he's at the point of no return now because we're all going to be watching for the rest of his posts about that. We're going to be waiting and watching for that and I'm sure he did that intentionally. Yeah. So I would encourage you guys all, like that's a homework thing, is to make a decision of what level you want to be at and then put it out there and tell somebody so that you have a little bit of accountability.
And level up.
Yeah. Level up.
Level up.
Level up.
And I put on here another quick note. Failure is good. Okay? Get this in your head. Failure is good. Actually, failure is required. Right? Failure is required in your goals. Because if you don't fail, then you probably didn't set your goal high enough. And if you don't fail, then you don't find out what doesn't work. You've got to fail. And you've got to be okay with failing. Right? You have to be okay with failing. And I don't mean that I do mean that. I mean that in every sense of the word. You have to fail. You have to fail and then decide, I got down, I'm getting back up. Because I think Emily Vavra says it. I don't quit until I win.
Yeah, she did say that.
Right? That's Emily Vavra, right? I don't quit until I win. And I want all of you to think about that. I don't quit until I win. And I really want you to say that and think about that on a regular basis. I don't quit until I win. I don't quit anything until I win. Right? If I don't win, I ain't done. Right? So keep that in your forefront of how you approach things. Action, decide. And we've got 7 minutes.
Okay, so decide to take some action. So, I mean, obviously, you have to do something, but what do you have to do? And you have to do those same things really every single day. Connecting with people, and our team's talking a lot right now about connecting with 3 to 5 people a day. Well, I let some people off the hook with just one because that was their decision. They just want to connect with one, but still, that's 7 people a week. So what are the things that you need to do to get you to where you want to be? All right. So, I mean, if you want to go for the 2-star, what do you have to do? Well, you have to enroll people. You have to create consultants. You have to get some training, podcasts and things like this. So every day you need to do that stuff every single day. And if you don't know what your things are that you have to do, then ask somebody, which I did. I sent Brent, April, Shaw, and Jill Bowman messages like about a year ago. Is what are the 5 things that you guys do every single day? So that, because where you're at is where I want to be. So what do you do every single day? And guess what? I got pretty much three different forms of the answer, but it was all basically the same.
What was it?
Connecting with people, serving people, adding value to people's life, and enrolling people, creating consultants, and some kind of, mindset, read, some kind of personal development stuff. Nobody said to rearrange your desk every single day. Nobody said to make sure your office is perfectly clean. Now, I'm not against clean offices. Abby's cleaning her office today. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, nobody said that. Nobody said to make sure, I don't know. They just, some things that I do every single day, I have to ask myself, is that helping me get to my goal? Is that a money-making action task? Sometimes it's just not. Cleaning off my whiteboard again, and rewriting it because I don't like the way that it looks. That's what a waste of time.
But sometimes those little menial tasks give you time to pause, right?
Exactly.
And that's okay. And again, that's okay. It's just like, if I showed you around my office right now, you'd be like, oh my God, how do you work in there? Because it's a train wreck in here. Right?
I would send you Karis, who has OCD organizing problems.
Then she needs to come over because she could put some serious work in here. Because let me tell you what, it would be.
But that's another thing. I mean, I have a few products on my shelf over here. Why am I organizing that? Somebody else can do that. My expenses have not been done all year. Somebody else can do that. Not one of them said to organize your expenses. Somebody can I pay somebody to do that?
You can, but I would tell you I do mine every Monday.
I know you do.
Just letting you know. And sometimes I don't. But my goal is to do them every Monday. But so I do a pretty good job of that.
Well, good for you. I'm trying to give the job to my kids to pay them and then also to teach them. But nobody's taking me up on it. And it's freaking almost September, so I might have to do that.
We need to have a conversation about that, but I don't want to get too sidetracked here. So I'm going to tell you the value of you doing them yourself right now. But anyway, show up, right? So I put a note down here about showing up. And I think we can kind of go towards the wrap up here on this, is show up. There's two important aspects to this business that I think everybody needs to know, and everybody can start doing these every day. Number one, drink your shake. Drink your shake. And I had somebody send me a message the other day, somebody I didn't even know. I knew them kinda, right? And they said, and they asked some pretty simple questions, but network marketing is a business where we celebrate income. So when somebody says, Brent, how much money do you make? I'm really not offended by that question, because that's what we talk about, right? So when they asked, they said, and they said, well, what would you say attributes to that success? And my response back, I swear to you, my answer back was, I wake up every morning and drink a shake. And that is important, guys, because that is showing up, and that is doing what you are telling people they should do. And if you guys, if you're on here, if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, I'm going to make money in whatever network marketing business that you're interested in, we specifically talk about Isogenics, but if you're saying, hey, I'm going to do a specific network marketing business, and you don't get up every day and do that, and I'm talking about within your first hour of your day.
Yeah.
If you don't do something that's relevant to that industry that you're doing, then I'm going to tell you that your success ratio may not be eliminated, but it's certainly going to be highly minimized, right? You've got to show up in your head, and part of the action of showing up in your head in our business is drink your shake. And I'm not even teasing about that. It's just like I talk to people all the time, and I ask them, we go, oh, are you drinking your shake? Oh, I haven't had, yeah. And I'm like, you having a shake? Like, how do you not have a shake? It's part of what we do because it's part of what we tell people they should do. And if you don't do it, then guess what's not happening? The people that you got on your team aren't doing it either. You've got to do it. So show up. What's yours, Carla?
What? My next thing I'm doing every day?
Yeah, your show up.
My show up is in my connecting, and then how I am when I'm with them. I mean, I feel like I need to be better at being present with people when I'm with them. I'm not talking about the obvious stuff of, I mean, obviously I'm not looking at my phone when I'm talking to someone, but I mean, I really want to listen. I really want to see where I can help. I was at a party over the weekend, and the person sitting across from me talked the entire time. We knew everything about what that person was doing in their life right now. But you know what she didn't do? She didn't pause and ask any of us. And we walked out of there, and I said, Karis, don't ever be that person that's talking the entire time, because that person has no idea how she can help any of us. You're never going to know how you can serve somebody and help somebody if you don't shut your mouth. And so I'm working on that because, I mean, I think you guys all know I talk a lot. So my thing is I connect, but when I'm with somebody, I really want to be with you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. April had a similar situation. She actually, it affected her so much. She talked about it yesterday when we had our meeting, is that she had done a one-to-one, which in BNI, that's what you do, right? You do a one-to-one. And she said, when I left, I'm telling you, that person knows nothing about me.
Damn.
So the person just, they just opened up and sometimes you just need to do that, right? I get it. You're around people that you just need to do that. But if you're trying to be a business person and you're trying to connect with people, if you're doing all the talking, you're not connecting.
Yeah, and that's a hard, like, you have to be conscious of that too, that you don't get, because we get so excited. We get so passionate about certain things. So, I do have to check myself sometimes. I'm like, hey, you know what? Stop. Okay, Brent, hold on. What's going on with Tracy and Zach?
I don't know.
I'll call you. I gotta stop myself. And I have actually said the words of, you know what? What's going on with me right now? It doesn't matter. I need to know what's going on with you. I have to make myself say that stuff. Otherwise it doesn't happen. So that's my thing, is connect every single day.
I love it. All right. So next week, what are we going to talk about next week, Carla? Did you find anything jumped out at you?
I don't know.
Well, we've talked about starting our connections. We want to stay on. You know what? How about if we further this whole show up thing?
Okay.
Let's go deeper into showing up.
Okay. So actually doing the do, which I don't really like that sentence.
I know. I'm not a big do the do person commenter either, but I think because
I like show up.
Doing the do is different for everyone.
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of people don't know what that is. So let's talk more. Let's go deeper into showing up next week. And I wrote down connect and serve. So I really liked your connect and serve comment. So I put that underneath my show up.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
I think that's part of showing up. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's hear it, Carla.
Oh, Lord. Okay, here we go.
Stand up.
I know. I got to move my laptop. All right. I haven't really read this in front of anybody. All right. I am designing and living a life I love. I am deeply in love and growing every day with Jason. I am the best mother and role model for Kayla, Caitlin, Colton, and Karis. The impact I have on this world is this. I'm teaching people to live with courage. I'm teaching people a simple way to discover the power that's locked inside of them and helping them to see that I feel emotional, that they can be empowered to do, be, have, and feel better. I'm teaching them to go out and live the life of their dreams. We are impacting world health, freeing people from physical and why is this emotional right now? I say it every damn morning. Okay. Financial pain. And in the process, becoming a part of creating the most respected health and wellness company in the world. I am a powerful force. I have the courage to step up. We will help our team succeed. Nothing will stop us. I am an achiever. I'm a leader. I would enroll with me today. I will step up. We are building our financial empire using our Isogenics business. We're building a financial fortress for our family, their families, and any other generations to come. I know by focusing my heart, my energy, my passion, and my action on recruiting people every day, I am building our dream while helping others build theirs. I am financially independent, and we are debt-free. We have a team of thriving leaders who are passionate about helping others every single day. There's no other place where I can have more fun, help more people, or create more wealth while doing so. I attract people who are coachable, motivated, passionate, focused, and who match my energy. That's my favorite line. I am lean, I am fit, I am healthy, I am loving, thoughtful, and a sexy wife. I'm present, empathetic, and a fun mom. I am loving, thoughtful, helpful daughter. I'm a loving, caring, present sister. I am a trusted friend. I am blessed. I am happy, balanced, organized, clear, focused, duplicatable, enough, physically free, financially free, and I have financial certainty because I am self-reliant. I'm healthier, happier, wealthier, wiser, and more fit than I was yesterday, and I am grateful. We have the most highly organized, most balanced, most well-paid, fun, loving, happy, fulfilled, and productive team in all of network marketing, and our team supports each other daily. I am a child of God. My playing small does not serve the world. And as I let my own light shine, I unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. I have one life, and I'm going to live it like I mean it.
That's awesome. I love it. And I want you to watch this back after we're done, and I want you to watch your face because you just glow when you tell that story.
I know. I know.
Yeah,
I feel so good.
Yeah. It's really good. So watch it back. And
okay, I will.
Check out yourself, right? All right, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your week. We appreciate you jumping on here and listening, and we'd love to have any comments that you feel free to make. And I'll be posting this on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to comment on there. So thank you guys so much.